Today you will hear from Asians giving strong reactions and are angry at foundational Black Americans who are boycotting Asian businesses. Check it out.
I've been seeing a lot of Black people on the internet saying, oh, we gotta boycott the Asians and the Chinese people. Like, bro, y'all sound stupid as hell, bro. Most of y'all, like, why you got beef with the Asians and the Chinese people? By the end of the weekend, I promise more than half of you guys are gonna be going out to the Chinese buffets and ordering shit from China. So who the f*** are you kidding? Saying, oh, they hate us, they wanna get rid of us, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever thought about why they hate you, motherfuckers? Why everybody hates y'all, motherfuckers? Because y'all don't know how to behave. Damn.
They first tried to silence us with cancel culture. Then, they resorted to weaponizing the courts and lawfare. Finally, with nothing left, they're resorting to To those who incite violence, is on your hands. But make no mistake, we won't be silenced, and we will keep getting louder.
The internet is full of Black people saying we need more Asian hate. We don't hate Asians enough. We need to boycott Asian businesses. We need to hate Asians more. First of all, where are the Asian bobolibs who are usually talking about the anti-Blackness in the Asian community? It's very clear there's quite a bit more anti-Asianness in the Black community, seeing how they can openly boycott Asian businesses, saying that we need to hate Asians more. They're explicitly calling for violence against Asians. Now Chow's convenience store was looted, was ransacked, it was vandalized. But the most annoying thing is that gives us all Black fatigue is that these people are more enraged at the justified reaction to garbage behavior than garbage behavior itself. Black people on the internet are saying that Asians are going around targeting Black people to kill them, which is so preposterous. We all know this. Why did the Stop Asian Hate movement die? It died because we all found out it was majority Black people committing the crimes against Asians. Black people in cities are going around shoplifting, looting from Asians, assaulting them, killing them, shoving them onto subway tracks, stabbing them to death, following them into their homes, and there's case after case after case in the past few years alone. And the two instances that Black people keep looking to, one, Cyrus Belton, and then two, in 1991, Latasha Harlins. These are the only two examples they keep looking to. Meanwhile, there are countless examples this past year, in the past few years, that I can look to and I can mention. Are Asians now justified saying that all Black people hate Asians now? I mean, it's ridiculous. All these people know how to do is air their grievance politics on the internet and act like perpetual victims and never claim accountability for their own actions. It's always other people's fault for their own squalor and filth. And they're never willing to call out their own degeneracy, their own crime, and their own violent behavior. So don't come to us saying that Black people are under attack by Asians, because we all know it's not true. While you're silent, absolutely silent, in the plethora of instances where Black people have attacked Asians. And good luck boycotting Asian businesses, by the way. The very device that you're complaining on is made by an Asian. The semiconductors, Asian. The screens, Asian. The phone, the devices, a lot of the computer parts, device parts, smartphone parts, all Asian. Good luck. For some reason, these people think that being Black allows them to get away with anything. And that's just not the case. We can't have a society like that, okay? They think that when Black people go into Asian stores and steal their stuff, or Asians are being attacked, or a gun's pointed at an Asian, we're just supposed to take it. If you're not Black and a Black person does that to you, we're just supposed to allow it to happen. It's the most absurd thing ever. And this is what happens when you coddle and you pander towards a whole generation of people who think that they can get away with anything because you allow it to. This nonsense needs to stop.
They're doing it. Asian boycott right now, Asian businesses, because what went down recently. Please do. I think that's a great idea. So you better get rid of your doctor, Dr. Chan, Dr. Ho. Get rid of them. Get rid of your Asian nurses that take care of you when you come in, hospital. Get rid of those two. Get rid of all your eateries. Don't go to any Chinese buffets. Do not go. Please, we're good. Do not shop in any jewelry stores, okay? Because they're Asian owned. A lot of them are too, especially in downtown LA over here. Don't go there. And also, do not, just keep all the eateries out of it. Vietnamese, Thai, all of it. Stay out. We're good. I think we're good. Don't get your eyes checked either by your, ophthalmologist either. So you need to find everything new. Don't get your nails done. Do not get your nails done. Because, you know, it's saturated with Asian community. So you better find a really good one. Okay? I think that's a great idea. I mean, are we winning right now? Like, hello? Cool.
Not all of us are racist. I don't think I'm racist. I mean, I try not to be. I don't think I'm racist. I'm just Asian. I don't think it's fair that we all are punished because of one guy. I mean, I don't know who the fuck is Rick Chow is. Why are we all punished because of this one guy? But don't call all Asian people our enemy.
If you're going to group all of the Asians together, we cannot have a productive conversation because you're just as racist as Rick Chow. If you can't even take the time to understand that there is a lot of racial tension between Southeast Asians and East Asians, then we can never have a productive conversation. If you're just going to try and cancel everyone out, boycott everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I got like a question about this, like boycotting Asian businesses, because I'm trying to understand and also make a point about something that's been bothering me. That's unrelated to this, by the way. So they said blacks are boycotting Asian businesses because Mr. Chow, he gunned down and he killed Cyrus, right? The 14-year-old black boy. Okay, so here's the thing though. Chow is Chinese. So are you guys boycotting like nail salons, which are typically owned by Vietnamese, and all these other Asian businesses that are owned by Japanese and Koreans because y'all can't fucking tell the difference? I think that's why, right? Like, because if I was in y'all shoes, I'd be like, oh, we boycotting Chinese businesses, right? So why all Asians, right? And so my other question is this: if y'all banning all Asian businesses, are y'all including the Indians? Nah, y'all not. Cause this was my fucking point since day one creating this fucking TikTok. Indians aren't Asian. Damn. Okay, now boycott away. Y'all have a good time.
Let me dissect this. Complete bullshit. Have you never heard of P-bashing before? Have you not heard about the 16-hour shifts that our grandparents did in the mills here up north? Those people worked endlessly. 12 hours, 16-hour shifts in mills, getting their hands all mangled up in machines just to get by, or working as toilet cleaners and just to survive. They didn't have it easier. They were disciplined and sacrificed everything. Just to make it clear, I want to bring communities together. I'm not here to divide communities. I just want to point out exactly how the Asian community built some wealth. And don't say we had it easier, because even in 2025, just in September, a Sikh woman was raped and told to go back to her own country. Don't talk about easier when we get that kind of treatment in 2025. The reason why our grandparents did better is because they saved every measly penny they could get to invest it in long-term assets, houses, gold, businesses. You call that privilege? They were patient and willing to live in the shit for the hope of a better future. Tell that to our ancestors who crammed into tiny houses, 5 different families, sharing food so that they could save up money to buy their own homes eventually. Instead of enjoying their lives, they lived in the shit just to get by. That's not easier. They paid the price for it. And they didn't buy nice clothes. They drove shit cars. They spent nothing. And then their children now own and inherit these homes, and then they can put them up as rent and generate cash flow from it, giving the next generation a leg up essentially. And that's the way that wealth accumulation works. Each generation creates assets or purchases assets to then pass on to the next generation, so they have a little leg up, and then their kids benefit from that. Even now, I mean, I can afford where I live very comfortably, but my dad says to me all the time, Jamil, you should come home, come live at home, because that is their literal wealth building tactic. Stay home, live below your means, and save money. And let's get one thing straight. Yeah, we run a lot of businesses, but don't blame us for taking the risk of starting them. Don't blame Asians for filling that spot for a corner shop. Anyone could have bought it. You could have started that business. Our ancestors pooled resources for the community together so that the community could win. Instead of hating online, why don't you speak to those Asian owners and learn how they did it instead? I don't come from a rich family, and that's the exact reason I'm a business owner. I've got a biomedical science degree and I can work in a hospital, but I know that if I want my kids to have a better life, then I need to build some wealth, and I'm not going to do that sat working for other people. Me and my brother are the classic example of two people coming together, pooling resources and building a business and succeeding with it. And that's one thing that I actually miss about the older generation. Back in the 80s and 90s, Asians had a community like glue. They worked together. They weren't selfish. They built something so that their kids could live better lives. And I'm disappointed, honestly, because historically, colored people have always come together and had each other's backs. And we've always unified in the past. I mean, historically in the Caribbean, Indian migrants literally shared culture with the people who live there. That's literally where curry goat comes from. You need to take some accountability and learn about sacrifice and stop blaming the world, essentially, because that's what our grandparents did. That's all they did to accumulate wealth. They were bashed in the streets and still sacrificed so that their children don't have to suffer the same way.
Racism is not just an American problem. Throughout history, prejudice and discrimination have existed in many parts of the world, including various countries across Asia. Different societies have developed social hierarchies based on ethnicity, nationality, skin color, caste, class, language, and culture. In some places, darker skin has historically been associated with lower social status, leading to colorism and negative stereotypes that continue into the modern era. When Asian immigrants came to the United States, they did not leave all of their beliefs behind. Like every immigrant group, some brought cultural attitudes, assumptions, and biases with them. Some individuals and communities absorbed existing racial attitudes present in American society, including anti-Black stereotypes. For generations, foundational Black Americans have often interacted with Asian-owned businesses in Black neighborhoods. These relationships have many times experienced tensions that have emerged over issues such as economic competition, cultural misunderstandings, profiling, disrespectful treatment, or differing views on community investment. These tensions have occasionally sparked public debates about trust, accountability, and cooperation. Many scholars have argued that immigrants entering the United States often face pressure to assimilate into existing social structures. Because American institutions were historically shaped by white majorities, some groups have sought acceptance by aligning themselves with prevailing social attitudes and distancing themselves from Black Americans. Critics argue that this dynamic can reinforce systems of racial inequality rather than challenge them. In recent years, a growing number of younger Asian Americans have openly discussed anti-Blackness within parts of the Asian community. Through social media, universities, community organizations, and public conversations, many have acknowledged the existence of stereotypes, colorism, and negative attitudes toward Black people that have been passed down across generations. The history between Black Americans and Asian immigrants in the United States is not a simple story of cultural misunderstanding. It is a story that has been carefully engineered and manipulated by white supremacy, with the help of the U.S. government to create division. After the Civil War, Black Americans were locked into poverty by systemic racism, denied wealth, land, and access to opportunity. Meanwhile, Asian immigrants, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Korean, and later South Asian, were brought into this country often as labor replacements. White elites used them strategically as a buffer class. This laid the groundwork for suspicion and competition between two oppressed groups, both fighting for survival under the shadow of white dominance. By the mid-20th century, when Black Americans launched the civil rights movement, they forced the United States to confront its hypocrisy on democracy. The blood, sweat, and sacrifice of Black people led directly to sweeping changes. Civil rights legislation, voting rights, housing protections, and federal policies that forced America to open its doors. And it was precisely in this moment that the 1965 Immigration and Nationality Act was signed. That law, one on the moral backbone of the civil rights struggle, brought in millions of Asian immigrants. Out of this period rose the model minority myth. White America told a story. Look at the Asians, hardworking, obedient, successful. Why can't Black Americans be like them? It was a deliberate weapon, crafted to pit two groups against each other, erasing the structural oppression of Black communities while rewarding certain immigrant groups with selective access to opportunity. It was never about lifting Asians up. It was about keeping black people down. Fast forward to today, and we see the same tactics at work. When Ed Blum and conservative forces launched their attack on affirmative action, they held up Asian students as the face of their legal fight. They told Asians, "This policy hurts you. Team up with us." But when affirmative action was dismantled, it did not open doors wider for Asian students. It opened them wider for white students. Asians are now beginning to see the painful truth. They were only being used as tools to advance white supremacy. Tell me what you think about this topic. Hope you find the information in this video informative. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching.